back to my channel. It's your girl Aria Rashida if you're new, and if you are returning, welcome back. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys, welcome back to the second episode of Uprooted and Replanted. I know last week was a week, okay? I was not feeling well. I'm excited for this week's topic. As you guys can see from the title, this week's topic of conversation that we're going to be chatting about. And for this week's conversation, I have my wine. The topic of conversation is me versus me, period. Definitely going to dive into dating, what it means to really set your standards for yourself, the things that you really want out of your love life, being intentional, standing firm on what you want, standing firm on your standards, all that good stuff. Kind of talked about it in the last video, but I really wanted to get into it. One of the things that's key is having discernment to know who's for me and who's not for me. You can't jump at everybody that's showing you attention. You will end up disappointing yourself down the line. Just got out of a situation and a lot on my plate. I'm trying to stay focused and I'm trying to make sure that I'm doing whatever it is that I need to do right now for me. Being that it's the month of September, I've been really trying to be intentional with goal setting for this month, being intentional about my personal goals. I'm calling it Soft September, which means we're focusing all about self. Like, we're focusing on creating that soft girl, romanticizing my life again, just doing all the things that I used to do back when I lived in Georgia. I set a routine for myself. You just make things about me and what I like to do. A part of that, you know, you go out, you're gonna attract people. It's a lot of discernment that you have to have when it comes to that, because all attention is not good. It's good attention, and I'm still learning that lesson at my big age. Sometimes, you know, you find yourself in a situation, a guy makes you feel great, he is doing all the right things, you guys are having all these great conversations, the chemistry is good, the vibe is there, etc., etc. It's important to understand that that can still be deceiving. Like, you can still be caught up in a situation where that person is really not your person. When you decide you want to talk to this person, you want to date this person, you want to do whatever it is you want to do, it's like, okay, but did you pray about that? A big thing that I personally do, and I'm always learning my lesson behind it, I will start talking to somebody, whole time I done peeped like 3 red flags, or they've already shown me on several occasions that they may not necessarily want what I want, or we're just not on the same page in terms of expectation. I'm guilty of still making excuses. Now, this is where we fall into the whole world of potential. Do not date these men because of what you think that they can be and who you think they have the potential to become. You're going to screw yourself over every time. It's a cost to doing things your way, and it's a cost to neglecting yourself in the process. Because when you're sitting there repeating yourself 10 million times, or ignoring the fact that he's still not doing what you want, we all do it. We all do it, women, because this is the whole potential thing. Like, we're just trying to see the good in people despite, you know, whatever. And it's like, granted, people can be great people. I feel like all the guys that I've talked to, they're great individuals. Sometimes just don't necessarily align with the person, so they're just not a great partner for you. You know how a guy can be with you for a year, 2 years, whatever the case is, it don't work out, he put you through hell, whatever the case is, he break up with you, and then he go off and be with a girl for 6 months, marry her, and be the man that you always wanted him to be. That's what I'm saying. People are going to be who they want to be for who they want to be it for. So sometimes you gotta accept the fact that you're not the girl that he want to do that for. You're not the girl that he wants to change for. So that's when you have to change your mentality, because I think that we take a lot of those L's, I guess. We take it personally, like the breakups, or the fact that he can't get it together. Like, why he can't treat me this way? Why isn't he giving me flowers when I already told him 10 times that I like flowers? Why does he only want me to come over at this time of the night? You're not asking for the wrong things, you're asking the wrong people. So that's how we get here. We in the me versus me era. I always like have to like take a moment, remember who I am, remember who God made me to be. Shift the focus back to yourself. How you treat yourself, how you present yourself to the world, how you take care of you, you'll attract that back into your life. Since I've been focused on myself, since I've been going out, I've been having fun, I've been looking good, I've been taking care of myself, I've been, you know, focusing on all things Aria. And they come and have discernment to know that everybody that comes don't need to really, they don't need to be within 6 feet of you. but they're coming, because that energy is so real. It is so real. So you gotta step into your me versus me era, and that looks different for everybody. I do the picking, I do the choosing, I have the options. And when you really understand that it's literally you versus you, it's gonna be okay. You have to really operate from a sense of knowing your worth, standing firm on your boundaries and who you are as a woman, because I think that oftentimes we step out of our divine feminine, chasing a man, begging for his time, his attention, communication, dates, all these things. You asking a man for those stuff and having to reiterate that to him on several different occasions is you stepping out of your divine feminine. And if a guy is making you step out of that, that's not the guy for you, because the guy that's supposed to be for you, he's gonna make you rest in that femininity. He's gonna make you sit in your femininity, stay in your femininity, and he's gonna nurture your femininity. So enough about the guys. How do we operate from a me versus me mentality? There's really no recipe for this, and everybody's way of getting back to themselves looks different, but I'm going to tell you the 3 things that has worked for me in getting back to this place, this confidence that y'all see right here, just getting back to me and knowing what I bring to the table. Number 1, get back in your spiritual bag. 9 times out of 10, you chasing after something, you chasing after a relationship, you chasing after, you know, a situationship is not working out. You got a guy stressing you out because you like, oh, I'm doing XYZ, why he don't care about, like, 9 times out of 10, if you're operating from that mentality, you've stepped out of your spiritual bag, because there's no way that you could be aligned with Big G, Big God, and be operating from that space. Get back in your spiritual bag, pray, write in your journal, do your devotional, feed yourself the word, talk to God, pray. Like, literally, I talk to God like he's literally my homie, and I'm just sitting chopping it up with a friend. Remember that God is the center of everything that you're doing. He will tell you off rip. He will tell you off rip who's for you and who's not for you. Every time I start talking to somebody, whether it's a friend, a guy, whomever, I always pray before I even go on a first date. Now I've made it a habit. Father God, give me a sign, give me some type of confirmation, give me some type of message, some type of inkling, Lord God, that I shouldn't be going on this date. Let's say you forgot to do that initial prayer and it's been 3 weeks, you talking to old boy, old girl, whatever the case is. Father God, remove who's not for me. If this is not my future, if this person is not meant to go with me where you want to take me, Lord God, remove them from my life. That's a prayer you got to be very careful with. See, boom, 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 they start dropping like flies. Okay. Number 2, cleanse, remove, release. What that means is whatever is not serving you, whoever is not serving you, whoever you're hanging out with, who you got around with, that friend that you've been skeptical about if they really your friend or not, even sometimes it be family members. Cleanse, remove, release. Okay, and if you can't necessarily remove somebody, you can reorganize people's positions in your life. Absolutely. Make sure that everybody that's in your life, everybody that's in your space is worth being there. And sometimes it's not easy to do that, but that's why you got to get back in your spiritual bag. See, it's all connected. You got to pray for all the things that you need. Like, let God literally help you and assist you in becoming the best version of yourself, which sometimes that means letting people go, or, you know, shifting where they are in your life. Sometimes you got to move people from floor seats to what they call them things back there, y'all know what I'm talking about, the seats that are like all the way in the back. Like, you literally need binoculars to see whoever is performing. Like, yeah, sometimes you gotta shift, just shift. It's like they still have the show, but they don't need to have as much access to you as you probably allow. And that access word, we gonna get into that in another video. But yes, cleanse, remove, release, baby. 3rd and final thing, find a routine and stick to it. What I mean by that is, what's your daily routine? Like, are you just going to work, coming home, and then you get on Instagram and scroll for 5 hours? Like, how are you investing time, you know, into yourself? How are you committing to self-care every day? How are you feeding your mind every day? You understand what I'm saying? Get into a routine. How are you being active every day? So find a routine and stick to it, and make sure that you are really nurturing all the parts of you, like your physical, your mental, your emotional side. How are you doing your spiritual side? Like, how are you doing all those things? Wake up earlier, get a morning routine, your self-care for the morning. Do something physical. Pray when you wake up in the morning. Don't just pick up your phone. I'm guilty of it too. I'm trying to do better. Talk to God first things first when you wake up in the morning. Read books. Like I said, there are a lot of great free books on the Kindle app. And then, you know, invest in a good book every now and again. Spend time finding out the things that you like. And then we all have hobbies, things that we love to do. Like, this is one of mine, so I find the time to do it. It's you versus you. You are the only person that can stop you from being your best version of you. So it's like, I get it, the whole dating thing, you know, we talked about that in the video. Yes, it's something that we all desire, but it's like, when you really are focused on being the best version of yourself, you will attract all the energy that you need to attract. Like I said, it'll be good, bad, and ugly energy, but that discernment that you pray for, that discernment that God will give you, will allow you to know who's for you and who's not really for you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, do all those things. Like I said, get in your spiritual bag, cleanse, remove, and release, and find a routine and stick to it. You're that girl. So operate in that, and then everything else will naturally flow to you. Like, it's soft September, we're focusing on loving ourselves down, okay? Taking ourselves on solo days. Spend time with yourself. That's also a major key. That's how you get to know you. It's you versus you, always. We're focusing on our goals, we're chasing our dreams, and we're naturally attracting all the things that are meant for us and that God wants for us. But right now, it's time for you to take care of you. Give yourself all the love that you want from a potential future partner. Like, that's kind of where I'm at. I love the candles, I love the flowers. Love on you. You only get one you. So take care of her, nurture her, love on her, and you will attract all of that energy tenfold. When people see how you treat yourself and they see you treat yourself like a freaking queen, like a goddess, you think some dusty little, no. They can't even step to you. Remember who you are. Remember where you're trying to go, where God is trying to take you. And it's you versus you. It's me versus me. And that's that. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Stay prayed up in this crazy world. And I can't wait to see you guys next week on episode 3.